Hello and welcome. My name is Will Ortega and this is Tips and Tricks with ProPricer. We'll cover useful tips in ProPricer to help you leverage your time better and get things priced. In today's episode, we're going to talk about phases. What are phases? Phases give you the option to see your proposal data organized into specific time periods on a report, instead of just by the selected timescale. Pretty neat, huh? Using the Phases feature, we'll make an additional timescale setting called Phase, available on all the relevant reports. Before I continue, keep in mind that in order to use this feature, you must have ProPricer version 9.2108 or newer. If your version of ProPricer meets this requirement, navigate to the Proposal Properties. Expand the Report folder, then select the Phases page. As you can see, here you will enter the start date, end date, order, and name of the first phase. Please note that phases cannot overlap and must be within the proposal's period of performance. By default, the start date of the first phase will be the start date of the proposal. The end date of the last phase will always show the end date of the proposal, as you can see here. This cannot be changed. Now, let's create our second phase. As you can see, entering a name for the second phase allows me to select its start date, and the end date is automatically entered. Each time the start date of a new phase is modified, the end date of the previous phase will also be automatically adjusted to the month before the new phase start date. Watch carefully as I create a third phase to see the dates change automatically. Now, let's see these phases in action. I'm going to run the detailed cost breakdown report because it will allow us to see proposal inputs broken up by each phase. In the Reports group of the Report ribbon, click Report List. Then double-click the Detailed Phase Cost Breakdown report. In the Report option window, select the Summary field, Summary, because I want to see the data summarized. Then, I will select the timescale for the report, and from the drop-down list, I can now choose Phase. Finally, I click Print Screen, and as you can see, each phase is presented in a separate column, and all the phases are summed up in the total column. In review, today's episode of Tips and Tricks, we covered the Phases feature, which allows you to see proposal data broken down into custom time periods. As we saw, this feature can be very useful for reporting purposes. We also show you how to define these phases for a proposal. Remember, the periods cannot overlap and they must not exceed the proposal's period performance. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your colleagues who use ProPricer. If you have any questions about ProPricer, or maybe even some tips and tricks of your own, please email us directly. Who knows? Your tip might just end up in our next video. Again, my name is Will Ortega, and as always, thanks for watching.